Hello and welcome to 3.0 TV. I am Vishakha Thakur and you are watching our special show Metaverse Magic. So let's begin with a quick check on the weekly performance of Metaverse tokens, which currently hold a cumulative market cap of over $7 billion. Well, over the past week, the top tokens of popular Metaverse gaming platforms have been trading mostly in the red. Axie Infinity's AXS saw a decline of over 9%, Decentraland's Mana dropped by 12%, while other tokens like Floki, Sandbox's Sand and Illuvium's ILV fell by up to 14%. So what's behind this downturn? Are platforms struggling to attract more users, or are there other underlying factors at play? Well, in a recent report, FINRA, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority, highlighted that while the Metaverse offers new ways for firms to engage and educate investors, it also presents significant challenges. Now, these include data privacy and protection, which FINRA identifies as major hurdles the industry must overcome before widespread adoption can occur. So to get a deeper understanding of the current state of the Metaverse and its future outlook, we spoke to Mr. Rrahul Sethi, founder of Metaverse 911. So let's hear what he has to say.
Thank you, Vishakha. Thank you for inviting me, having me here. We're meeting up almost after 6 months, but always a pleasure to meet you. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you, sir. So starting with the Metaverse overview and the current scenario of the market, Metaverse was once projected as a $1 trillion market opportunity, but the hype now seems to be fading. Could you shed some light on the current state of the sector?
Great. I still don't know who said it was $1 trillion, because I never said $1 trillion. The Metaverse primarily is built around the creators economy, and the creator economy could be $1 trillion. Now in the next 3 years, 5 years, we don't know. But if it's not less than 100 billion, the answer is maybe people aren't aware of it. So the numbers are in billions, not anymore in millions. That's one thing. Second part is, with Metaverse, a number of other ancillary sort of opportunities got created. A number of clients, companies, a number of companies around the world are trying out various forms of metaverses, whether they've been built for internal purposes or the ones being built for their client-facing, more to do with the monetization of the content basis. So I think the hype cycle is always going to be there for every technology. Nowadays, we see AI all the time, but doesn't mean that AI will remain to be the hype. Ultimately, all technologies goes into the boardroom, have a very, very deep conversation in terms of their ROI. Companies also, mainly the executives, within the organization, the senior leadership, looks at the experiences being built by their competitors, and at the same time also look at success stories. So my take is that now and in the next 3 years, the technology will become mainstream, and with the evolution of the headgear and the way the headgears are becoming better and better, more economical. Look at what's happening with Quest, from Quest 1, 2, 3 and now 3S. The prices have slashed down to almost like a $299 for the base price, 3S. So I mean, it's a combination of both, the hardware and the content. People coming together and creating a meaningful impact. So therefore I would say wait for another few months, and you would find this technology would take over in a big way with the AI leap, So I'm very, very excited and very, very, of course, very looking forward. I'm very much looking forward to, seeing the kind of growth that people anticipated many years back.
Absolutely, you explained it really well. So now coming to the associated challenges, the Financial Industry Regulatory Authority has pointed out data privacy and protection as key challenges. So in your view, what other hurdles or challenges must be addressed for the Metaverse to achieve a widespread adoption?
Well, absolutely. There is quite a challenge with the privacy around at least the Gen Z and the Gen Alpha coming into this unknown metaverses and gamified platforms to maybe look at monetary engagements in the short run. I was recently invited at a lawyers conference about a week, 10 days back, and I was sitting with some of the very prolific lawyers, in the industry in India, and everybody was talking about how privacy and AI, for that matter, would become a challenge in terms of having those deep fakes and maybe voice modulations and different types of social media campaigns with the likes of cyber crimes and so on and so forth.
Right.
And my topic was not about just privacy generally with what's going to happen with deep fakes or AI. So my worry is if somebody designs a bot, somebody designs some AI and does a deep fake and has got some IP and you're able to go track down, the gentleman wherever he is. In the metaverse, my problem is there's no identity really. So the identity management itself is a very, very big worrisome, sort of a pointer here, number one. Number two, well, if some, you really cannot go to a police station and say, there is going to be an accident happening after 3 days, so write FIR, I mean, FIRs are written when the things happen, I mean, there has to be certain things that must have happened only when you go towards the policing side of it and ask for some safety, ask for some support. In the metaverse, the challenge is that if something happens in the metaverse, how much does even the regulatory bodies or the policing side of the business, side of people, how much do they really understand? And so there's a lot of awareness to be created over there. There's a lot of self-help groups or the working groups that we need to create, and to be able to go discuss that in a more deeper level.
Okay. So which industries do you think are most likely to undergo a complete transformation with the help of the metaverse?
Wonderful. This is a good question. This is the question that I've been trying to answer or get an answer, for a while. So based on what we are seeing here at the Metaverse Experience Center, we are having at least more than 500 people coming every quarter. These are executives, leaders from various organizations across the world. I get visitors here from London, from the US, Malaysia. I get people from Mumbai, from Bangalore, and so on and so forth. Wow. The folks that come here really, are coming in for 2 or 3 very, very major areas, where they want to address it. Number one, the business side of it, when it comes to demonstrating what an organization does, which means how do I make sure that my client understands my business in 3 minutes compared to my executive going and talking to him for 30 minutes. So that's one. Number two is training remains to be the hardcore, metaverse use case. I had just recently done one social media, post about DHL's, virtual reality experience, where an individual goes into and gets trained on how to do the cargo handling on the DHL freight planes. And after that, I've had at least 5 to 7 local regional airline people reaching out to me and said, is it possible for us to have multiple people go into and get trained? And that's the purpose. Whenever you think of a user, multi-dimensional 3D world where people can interact, design, products, that's when the play of the metaverse and the larger mixed reality comes into play. So that's one thing where I see the organizations are focusing on. Third one, but not the least one, is one that we've realized just most recently, I would say, is the exhibitions, and the event sector. What's really happening on the exhibitions, trade show floor and the events, places, this kind of experiential tech nowadays is getting more and more apt for virtual reality, people playing games, having people who could not come down to the exhibition or the event are actually going into those metaverses and being there. And being there, they're able to actually be a part of it, interact with the audience, interact with the leadership. Look at logistics, that's having a very, very good use case. I'm getting lots of inquiries from industries, mainly manufacturing industries, either medium-sized to large-scale industries, which actually want to do simulations. It's very hard for industry to change the assembly design at any given time, so physically doing it. So what they're asking is, can you create a digital twin wherein my product engineers can come and do the assembly setting in the metaverse, and then at some point they could utilize all of that knowledge and then they go design it on the physical show floor. So these are things which are happening at a so undercurrent is very high, and I'm definitely, as always, for many years, more than 5 years, from the time I started working in immersive tech. I believed then and I believe today. This is technology that's going to touch lives of, if anything, almost every solid organization in some way or the other. It may not be 100%, but immersive will touch them as a part of their transformational journey.
Wow. Keep watching 3.0 TV for more such updates on Metaverse sector. Do log on to our website www.3wordstv.io or scan the QR code. This is me, Vishakha Thakur, signing off.